On July 3rd, ticker ZAPP gaps up overnight from $2.80 up to $4.50. Then the next day, does it again, gaps up overnight from a $4 stock to a $7 stock. Then the next day, from a $9.50 stock to a $12.71 stock. But the markets are closed, right? You can't capitalize on those positions, right? Wrong. And in today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how you can set up your charts to see these after hours moves, how you can place orders on these after hours moves, and we're even going to go over a couple of trade strategies so you have some ideas on how you can profit on these types of moves. Like if you're excited, and I'll jump into it. Market hours are from 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. You know this, but there are extended trading hours available both before and after, called pre-market and after hours by traders. Pre-market trading is actually beginning at 4 a.m. So from 4 a.m. to 9:30, there is pre-market, and then after 4:30 until 8 p.m., there is after hours. Now in Charles Schwab, vis-a-vis, so for in ThinkorSwim, you can start trading pre-market at 7 a.m. This is not a brokerage that allows you to begin trading at 4 a.m. Those do exist. You can look into that if you're a real early bird, but from 7 a.m. to 9:30, and then from 4 p.m. all the way until 8 p.m. You can trade all the way until the close of after hours. That's called the extended trading session. And how you turn it on, of course, first off, I am on a 5-minute chart. Of course, you need to be on an intraday chart for this to work. If you're on the daily, there's no extended hours that are going to show anyway because you're just looking at daily bars, right? So if I jump back into the 5-minute time frame, of course, once again, you can be on any time frame smaller than daily. I'm going to come into my chart settings here. And then if I go to equities, there is a little checkbox down here for show extended hours trading session. If I go ahead, of course, and turn that on, hit apply and okay, you are now seeing those extended hours trading sessions, both pre-market and after hours. Now that you know how to see the pre-market and after hours moves, let's jump into the fun stuff. Let's talk about how you place orders. So I'm making this video at 9:02. The markets aren't yet open. You can tell that from my 5-minute chart still being this lighter gray color representative of the extended hours. We're still on ZAPP. It actually got, once again, a nice move this morning. This is the 7 o'clock bar here from 9.80 up until almost $13. So you're seeing it happen in front of your eyes already here again this morning. But if you don't know how to set this up, I'll show you as well. If I click on my little square here and I go to show sidebar and I turn on my active trader, this will pull up how I can trade, right? This is the menu you use to take trades from a chart within ThinkorSwim. Well, we're going to change a couple of things on this screen, and just with a couple of changes, you're going to be able to place extended hours trades. First of all, and the big one, you need to change your time in force, which is what TIF stands for, from day to extended. EXT is extended, and you must be on this time in force to place orders during extended hours trading sessions. Now, I should note, if you don't see this TIF button, because I don't think it shows up by default, you may have to come into the configure buttons tab here, look up your TIF button, and then drag it over to the current set. So that's how you do that as well if you don't see the TIF. But just like that, now you can take pre-market and after hours trades. Also, another big rule about after hours, or should I say extended hours trading in total, is that you cannot place market orders. So what I would do right now, I have mine set up as buy market and sell market, as I'm right now mostly swing trading large cap stocks. I would come in and I would have to set up my limit order. So I'd have to do a, either buy the ask or buy the bid. And then I would also have to sell the ask or sell the bid. And then if I drag these up to the top, I'm just going to do a couple of examples so I don't take too much time. Now I have buy, ask, and sell bid. So two big things. Obviously, your time in force must be set to extended. And 2, in extended hours trading, there is no market orders allowed. You must use limit orders. Now, one more caveat to this, and just so you're aware, this means you're not going to be able to use your hard market stops. You can still set up limit stops, but sometimes limit stops, if you've ever tried to use them before, can get skipped over. So there are inherent risks like that with trading extended hours trading sessions. The second big and most obvious risk is that typically, not always, because sometimes there's big news and you get huge volume still, but typically volume in pre-market trading is much lower than volume during regular hours trading, which is why the stocks are more volatile. And volatility creates opportunity, right? Volatility creates opportunity, but it also means when these stocks are ready to come down, they can come down harshly too. So just be aware of those risks on after hours trading. Now, you know how to see them in your chart and you know how to place orders. Let's go over some proven trading strategies that I execute myself from time to time so that you can get a good picture of how extended hours trading works. If at any point during this next session of the video you are interested in these strategies, they are of course all available to download on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. There's a link in the top of the description down below. The first extended hours trading session strategy I want to go over is my earnings strategy. Almost exclusively, companies will announce earnings during the extended hours session, whether it be after market close or before market open. Well, my strategy, as you can see here on NVIDIA, captures these moves or looks to captures these moves in a continuation sort of manner. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart here. That is the time frame I run this strategy on. The first bar after earnings, whichever direction that closes determines the direction of my trade. On NVIDIA's case here, the first bar after earnings, as you can tell from the volume and volatility increased, closed green, so I longed NVIDIA at the close of that bar. I then don't exit until either the current price breaks below the lowest point, closes below the lowest point of the last 5 bars, which is why I just quite didn't get stopped out here, as this was 5 bars ago, or of course, at end of day. On this trade, I got out at 8 p.m. Nice. That's nice when that happens, when it continues riding. Or if we are down in the trade, then I get out on the first candle to close below the low of previous candle. So NVIDIA, nice trade here. If I go ahead and scroll to the next trade example, just so you can see another one, I should have zoomed out more. Excuse me. Here is the most recent time NVIDIA announced earnings. Got a huge green candle, a massive green candle right away, which made the entrance a little bit rough. We did get an immediate pullback, but then that next bar, of course, now that we're red in the trade, right? Any bar that closes below the low of previous bar would stop me out. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. We just kept growing. Eventually, we got back to green. And then in this case, we did get out at 7:40 p.m. as this bar closed below the lowest point of the last 5 bars. So that's my earnings trading continuation extended hours trading session strategy. That was a mouthful. Wow. The next extended hours trading session is a similar one, although it can be traded at any time. It is not specifically waiting for earnings. What this strategy is doing, and there's a scanner that comes with this that we'll go over in just a second, it is looking for stocks that are ripping, and it measures that via the ATR, the average true range. So if you get a big kind of ripping bar like this, that's going to blow up the average of the true range of bars over the last 14, right? And it is looking for heavy volume. If you get both of those things, this strategy will enter the trade, and then the exit is the exact same as I just discussed on the earnings strategy. First candle to break below the lowest point of the last 5 if you're green in the position, or of course, if you're red in the position, the first candle to close below the low of previous candle. You're looking at the strategy on ZAPP. You can see it capture a couple of wins here. Here's a nice, another sort of little win going on down here. As always, it doesn't matter how good of a strategy you have if you can't find the stocks that align with that strategy. So of course, I do also have a pre-market scanner also available to download on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. But really all this is doing, it's got a couple of just easy filters turned on, must be above 25 cents, must have over 100,000 shares of volume. But the big filter is that the close has moved greater than 2% in after hours trading. I just look for stocks that are up more than 2%. And then the big kicker is I sort top down by volume. So the number one stock on this list this morning was QLGN. And look, the strategy that we just discussed did take a trade on QLGN this morning, getting in at 31 cents. Unfortunately, it did run all the way up to 45 before pulling back, but still, take a 3-cent gain on a 30-cent stock. That's still a 10% gain you made trading before the markets even opened. Once again, if you are interested in any of those strategies or the scanner we went over, they're all available to download on daytradingstrategies.net. Once you sign up, you're going to have access to go to the strategies into ThinkorSwim. And then if you look for strategies, those are of course day trading, you will see earnings and pre-market. I'm not going to click on one of those, but I will give you this one for free if you would like an example. What you're going to do, come into the link there. All you do is you copy this share link back into your ThinkorSwim platform. You're going to go to the setup, open shared items, paste, preview, import, and then of course all you need to do then is turn on the strategy that you just downloaded. Just like that, within 10 seconds and 5 clicks, you now have all of the strategies that I utilize. You can do the same thing, same process with the scanners, with the custom studies, etc., etc. Once again, all available, daytradingstrategies.net. Link in the description down below. Hey, and if you made it this far in the video, use discount code END at checkout, and you're going to get a little bit off your first month. And as always, don't feel like you're locked in because you can cancel at any time under your My Account tab here. So daytradingstrategies.net, link in the top of the description down below. Go click it, sign up today, and become a better trader.
Trading stocks. He talks about trading stocks. It's important for you Americans and other international individuals to learn about stocks.